Welcome, my delicious little monkeys. How are you doing today? BTD5, Impoppable mode. Tough map. Very tough map. Got Treetops on Impoppable. Yes, Impoppable. Oh my goodness. This is a very impoppable map, I might add. That this impoppability is very impoppable for me to impoppably pop. Because Impoppable can sometimes be impoppable, but sometimes impoppable is actually not impoppable, so they're lying to you about the impoppability of this impoppability. So, in all, impoppable is not exactly impoppable if you're not impoppable in the first place to impoppably populate it. So, it's okay, guys. Don't worry about it. We're okay. We're on Twisted Treetops, I think that's what it's called. Twisted Treetops? I think so. Let's just get with that. So what do we got? What do we got going on? Well, I started off with quite a few dart monkeys. I got 3 dart monkeys over here. I got a nice little engineer over here, which of course I love my engineers. I love to use them. I love to use them as early as possible. I like them more than dart monkeys, usually. In most cases, the only problem is when you got like multiple areas that you got to use dart monkeys on because you can't use engineers and you can't get, high-level engineers or something. It just kind of sucks. Alright, it's cool. So luckily enough for me, I am able to get an engineer in like a nice middle spot, so I don't have to use 2 engineers instead of just 1. Using 1 engineer and having the sentry gunners deal with most of those balloons is your best bet, because then you can get some farming going and everything like that. Now, one thing that I did on this map, which I tend to do more on expert maps than any other maps, is use the sniper. The sniper is definitely a nice tower to use for these expert maps, because a lot of times you really don't have that much space where your towers can attack really well. So, yeah, you use the tower with the infinite range. Use the sniper, baby. Use him up. He can actually pop quite a few balloons if you use him correctly. Of course, you don't always want to leave him on strong, but for the most part, you want to leave him on strong, which is kind of the main problem that I have. It's like, do I really even want to do this? I don't know. I don't know, because leaving him on strong is definitely a nice thing to do because you pop a lot of those pinks and yellows and stuff like that, but then every once in a while, because the levels are so short, you get some balloons sneaking on through when they pass up your towers and you gotta use road spikes instead. So yeah, I know. It's just a random rant about the sniper. Not usually my first choice of tower, but today we're gonna have to make him work. Have to make him work for us. So actually I had to use a lot of sets of road spikes on these early levels, which was kind of sad. I didn't really want to use so many road spikes, but it was really the only way it worked out. Now, I actually did something a little bit interesting here, which I almost never do. I really don't. I almost never go sniper glue gunner, but I actually have been doing this quite often on these expert maps. And I guess the easiest way for me to explain why or how I did this with the glue gunner sniper was the fact that the glue gunner seemed to be shooting a lot faster, and the sniper tended to be shooting a lot slower, which allowed my glue gunner to glue the things, and the sniper to actually pop the stuff after he got glued, which is totally fine by me. If we got a nice little sniper popping the stuff that's already glued, then it's just an extra, gigantic amount of layers that we don't have to deal with anymore. Sweet! So what made this level a lot easier than a lot of the other levels was the ability to use spike factories. I know I needed 2 of them, I understand that, but still at the same time, having 2 spike factories makes it like, so you don't even have to worry about a lot of these things. You don't have to worry about these random balloons that are leaking on through, because if you got an extra, 50 comfort at the very end there, 50 balloon pops right at the end, you don't even have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about the camos on level 37, you don't even have to worry about level 38 or even 39 usually if you have a little bit of popping power in there. So yeah, I'm pretty darn happy with the way things are going right now. Now I must say that to me, the game looks a little bit jumpy. I don't know if it's going to look that way for you guys, because what I do is I end up actually watching the video in my editing software, and then I come back and I just save it while it's in my editing software. I just move the audio into there, and boom, shakalaka, we got it done! That's the way I usually like to do it, but today it seems a little bit jumpy for some reason. I don't know, it normally doesn't do that. So I hope the video isn't actually jumpy, and hopefully it's just looking that way for me for some reason. I don't really know. But I can tell you that a couple times I've been very fooled by how things look, because on my screen it looks fantastic, and then all of a sudden I go to render it, and because I don't want to watch 30 minutes of it there, and then 30 minutes of it get on YouTube just to make sure everything runs smoothly, I kind of have to just trust the fact that things worked right, and that's what leads me to having a lot of problems with either the audio not working out exactly right, because one of them is faster than the other for some magical reason that I don't really understand completely. Actually, you know what? I do kind of understand it. You want to know what it is, guys? It's the fact that when your computer's working super duper hard to encode a video while it's recording it, especially if it's a very large video and it's on like something like full screen. You know, I mean, Balloon Star Defense is not quite so bad as like you know, a first-person shooter or like something you need to get like 1080p HD, like perfect full screen. You know, all that good stuff. A little bit tougher to do that one, but when you record something in Fraps or, you know, one of those big file recording things, they require so much information. It is ridiculous. I quite literally record an hour of video or maybe like 40 minutes of video, and I have almost 100 gigs of data. That is ridiculous, right? I know, 100 gigs of data. How long does it take you to get through 100 gigs of data? That's like, what, almost 100 Blu-ray movies? I know they're, you know, usually about a gig or so if you do them the right way and you compress them the right way. But it's just kind of ridiculous. 100 gigs of data? Yeah, and then I got to upload. Then I got to, oh man, if somebody actually tried to upload that thing, oh my goodness gracious. The good thing is you can put it in your video recording or video editing software like Sony Vegas or Windows Movie Maker, and you can get it down to like a gig or so, or even like a little bit smaller than that, maybe an hour of data. Really not too bad. I don't think so, at least. So let's talk about what the heck's going on the screen right here. Well, I got kind of a big jumble of weird towers in here, right? I got some Ring of Fires, I got a cannon, I got some balloon chippers. What? Yeah, 4-2. What? We're actually using mostly the overpowered towers that we think of. We're using a 2-3 Boomerang, a 4-2 Ninja, the balloon chippers, and then I don't even know. The Ring of Fire usually isn't considered overpowered, I wouldn't say. I would say the Ring of Fire is definitely one of the more underused towers for the amount of effectiveness that it does get. I think, for the most part, what people end up doing is instead of using the Ring of Fire on certain parts, they just want to save up for something a little bit better. You know, maybe build a Super Monkey or something instead of building a Ring of Fire. Because usually by the time you get to mid-game, you're usually not worried about that balloon popping power as much. You're usually worried about the Moabs. And that's not really the case for me. I'm worried a lot about those balloons, because those balloons are tough for me to pop, even with a 4-2 cannon and a Ring of Fire and a bunch of crap over here. No, it's still tough. But I do need to get an Arctic Wind for sure up for level 63. Need to get that guy up. Boom! Yeah, we need him up. Otherwise, I'm probably going to lose the game. And we don't want that. So actually, you know what would be kind of interesting? Would be to go for a Glue Gunner. So we're going to get a Glue Gunner. I wasn't able to afford him up to 2-3. I kind of wanted to get him up to 2-3, but then I noticed that I didn't even need it for the ceramic, so I was like, alright, we'll just deal with just the 2-2 Glue Gunner for now, and I can get some other cool stuff up for the next level here, which is the Toughie. Level 64 is a lot of Moabs, and your 2 little balloon chippers sometimes cannot deal with it, which is a little bit of an issue. Sometimes your 2 balloon chippers on down the drain specifically, for some reason, don't like to suck up Moabs anymore, and it makes you very angry. Especially because you have to spam about 100 sets of road spikes to beat a Moab. Yes, this happened to me recently. And that's why I'm talking about it, because I was angry. Very, very angry. But overall, was Treetops even a hard map to do? Well, I don't really have a good opinion about it, because a lot of the other expert maps actually took me a couple tries to beat. You know, I got like that preliminary, like get the towers down the way I wanted to get them down. Then number 2, you know, get a little bit better, use the farms the correct way, and then figure out how many farms I can get, and then without spamming billions of sets of road spikes. And then I usually have like the 3rd try where I'm like, alright, I think I can do this. And then one of the really, really hard ones, it usually takes me a couple more tries than that, because I keep doing the 3rd way, and then I just need to, you know, edit it just a tiny bit, whether moving a stupid tower a little pixel or doing something silly like that. But it usually takes me about 3 tries to beat an expert map, I would say. And on this one, I beat it on my first try. I was very surprised with myself. I beat it on my first try. This was the first try I had. It looks kind of pro, doesn't it? I don't know. It looked kind of pro to me. With the balloon chippers, the only thing I think I did a little bit weird and awkward was the monkey village things that I did. I built 3 monkey villages on this map, which I think I could have easily gotten away with 2. Easily. But what I was trying to do was use a monkey village a little bit closer to the front up there, and just build billions of balloon chippers around that thing. But what happened was I wanted to get the monkey village in the range of the other monkey village, which was like right at the edge of that, was right on the edge of the where the balloons come out, you know, on the actual lanes the balloons go on, so I couldn't build it there. So I ended up having to move it closer, and then it looks like I put 2 monkey villages right frickin' next to each other, which was just, it looks really, really silly. I know it looks silly, but I had some method to my madness there, and let's just say that you probably don't need to do that, and I probably messed up a little bit on it. You know, I mess up often too, you know, it happens. Anyways, level 84 doing pretty darn sweet. You know, look at those Ring of Fires go. Boom, boom, boom. Chopping these guys down. And level 85, I don't think we're going to have a big problem with that. We got a Sun God, Ring of Fires, Balloon Chippers all over the place. We're going to take these down like cray. And that's what I'm going to have for you guys today. So as always, thanks for watching and have a super duper delicious day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you want to see a little bit more sweet action, feel free to check out the over 200 episodes of BTD Battles. And we got some mobile down there if that's what floats your boat. Also Bloons Monkey City, one of my favorite games. And if you just want a little bit of a quickie, we got some random mod series down there. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today. As always, thanks for watching. Have a super awesome day.